On a plateau high in the hills above Marseille lies the Circuit Paul Ricard Le Castellet. And it's here on this 5.8 kilometre track, the former home of the French Grand Prix, that we start the second half of the Michelin Le Mans Cup season.
Hello and welcome to Le Castellet in the south of France for round 4 of the Michelin Le Mans Cup. Now, this place is famed for its technical, high-speed nature and for being a place that really challenges the drivers. Although the tight confines of the Red Bull Ring last time out proved to be every bit as tough.
Race in Austria had plenty of drama in both classes. The DKR team, Jean Glorieux and Alex Toril, had a real fight on their hands. Having missed out on pole for the first time this season, they had to work really hard to claim victory.
It was really strong result after also Le Mans win again, but it's getting closer at the end, and we have a really good team together with Jean. We have a really good pace in the race, especially when I can take the car. So yeah, we have both pace in the qualifying, pace on the race. So it's the perfect situation to do what we are doing, to lead the championship, to try to win it.
The GT3 battle was even closer. Fabio Bobini and Emanuele Busnelli claimed victory and seized the championship lead.
The race was really amazing. I did a great job on the first stint. Then Fabio, as usual, make his work. But I really enjoyed the race in Austria, and the car was perfect, and everything was perfect that weekend. So we look forward now, We are the leader, and we want to be the leaders. So today we're gonna start to prepare the good weekend.
As we are entering the second half of the season, we thought we'd see how some of our rookies have been getting along.
I think for the gentleman driver, there's no better series in the world than the Michelin Le Mans Cup, to be fair. I mean, everything about it is just fantastic. You got epic circuits, great drivers out there in terms of the pro ranks. You have gold-rated drivers, and it's it's in a budget that's approachable, so it's a fantastic thing.
There are quite a few gentleman drivers, some of whom I've raced with and against in historic. So I feel that the level of the Le Mans Cup's right for me.
These drivers have had to learn quickly from their pro teammates and adapt themselves to these advanced racing machines. It's an extraordinary car for gentleman drivers. It's quite easy to drive, but at the same time very difficult to keep it on the edge. So it's a great tool for learning.
It's a real race car, epic real race car, no traction control, which is fantastic. Some days you wish you had it, no ABS, some days you wish you had it, but it really forces you to learn the skill of racing.
It's competition that's really interesting. I've learned so much from my pro teammate, and I do feel that my own improvements are continuing race by race.
Alex Capadia, who's with me as our silver driver, is able to spend quite a bit of time with me improving my technique. I think Alex has probably found a couple of seconds out of me compared to last season. Certainly it's been a more rapid improvement than I expected working with him.
Victory in the Red Bull Ring has given Emanuele Busnelli and Fabio Bobini a slender championship lead in GT3. Jean Glorieux and Alex Toril, on the other hand, are starting to look like the force to beat in LMP3.
Pit exit is green for GT3 qualifying session.
Qualifying is only 15 minutes, not long to find that perfect lap. Raymond Vos had a couple of spins as he explored the limits of the Mercedes AMG, but a great effort took third place from fellow Mercedes racer Lee Mole late in the session. Flickhaig again looked fast in the Audi, a tantalising 6/100ths of a second shy of pole. Austria race winner Emanuele Busnelli was fastest throughout. He had his first 2 quick lap times deleted for abusing track limits, but finally it was third time lucky. 1 lap time stuck, enough to claim pole position by a whisker from the Optimum Audi and the Ram Racing Mercedes.
Flicka was so tough. I mean, they told me that it was faster, so I pushed at the last lap as much as I can, and I was very lucky I didn't make any mistakes, because in this track it's so easy to make mistakes, you know, it's very tough. It's a very difficult track for me, and so it was a great lap, really.
Pit exit is green for the qualifying session of the LMP3s in the Michelin Le Mans Cup.
The LMP3 session was a busy one, everyone looking for a gap in traffic. Alain Costa had been third, but Monza winner Anthony Wells found more pace late in the session to claim third on the grid. The ever-improving Adrian Keeler went second fastest for Graf Racing. He was 8 tenths away from the top of the pile. Championship leaders DKR set the pace, running at the front throughout. And just as the checkered flag came out, Jean Glorieux went faster yet with a lap time of 2 minutes 3.378. Nielsen Racing third on the grid, Graf on the front row, but pole position going to DKR, a 4th for the team.
And the car is working great, as we've seen already during the season. John did an incredible job again. He's coming, so yeah, like I said, unbelievable to one more pole, and it's getting one step closer and closer every time to our championship defense.
Well, here we are on the grid in what is a very warm afternoon here at Le Castellet. Looking to the grid lineup, well, starting the GT3 pack from pole position is the EB Motors Lamborghini. Now, they'll be hoping to extend their championship lead here this afternoon. And on the front row of the grid, well, it's the battle of the chassis. We have Norma v Ligier starting head-to-head. This race is about to get going. Who will be the victor? Well, we're about to find out. Let's go racing.
It's a very hot evening for this race here at Circuit Paul Ricard. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. We're a little late at the start. It's now 10 past 4 local time, 30 degrees and very still indeed, most unusual.
We have started the race.
Away we go then. Jean Glorieux versus Adrian Keeler. Glorieux with the orange and black car takes the lead into the first turn. Adrian Keeler behind, and trouble right in the first corner. That's Riemann Voss facing backwards. I think Eric de Donker, maybe Alex Capadia there as well, and more trouble. Well, there is Alex Capadia rejoining the circuit, and I think Claudio Stanovic was a spinner there. Jean Glorieux the leader. Oh, in the background, somebody has spun. And I think that is Richard Mines in the number 23 United Autosports car. Eric de Donker on the left in the Motorsport 98 Ligier Nissan. And Riemann Voss in the Ram Racing Mercedes. Both stranded. There's Richard Mines recovering and continuing in the race. Yellow flags are out.
We are under safety car. Leader to slow down.
Yes, that had to happen, didn't it? Let's take a look down into the first corner. Riemann Voss down the far side on the right of your picture, on the driver's left, through the middle of the pack as he lost control under braking, possibly got a touch with somebody else, and that's what caused the damage. And down at the Ram Racing garage, Charlie's with his teammate.
Down here with Tom. You guys are having no luck at all, are you, this season?
No, we are. We're having a nightmare here, really. With this series, but. What do you do? You know, we haven't seen close up what happened there. Riemann was probably a bit cheeky going around the outside at the start there, and a little off track limits. But on the video, it looked like he was in front and then got hit in the back. But we have to wait and see.
Bad luck for the Ram Racing guys, but good restarting by Graf Racing. So Adrian Keeler, he takes the lead from Jean Glorieux. Tight battle for fourth place. The red and white Alain Costa under pressure from Nathan Biel. The M Racing YMR car moves up to 4th place. Oh, and Costa very sideways off the corner. Lunge for 6th. And that's Iraj Alexander, the blue and grey number 4, going by Matthias Bakker for 6th spot. Flick Haig facing backwards. There's trouble in the GT3 field. Manuel Busnelli goes through, so too does Lee Mole, and the orange Lamborghini now, the race leader, that's Stevie S. So Lamborghini 1-2, you can see number 14, Alex Capadia there. Well, here's the restart, and watch Jean Gloria defensive on the inside. He got caught napping, I'm afraid. Adrian Keeler went straight around the outside, and here's our GT3. Oh dear. Looks as though Stevie S clattered into the back of Flick Haig's Audi and knocked her out of the lead. She's in with right rear damage. And it looks as though a punctured tyre has been replaced as well. That's going to put a real kink in their hopes here. Now then, lead battle rejoined once more. Adrian Keeler just ahead of Jean Gloria and the DKR Engineering Norma. So Ligier leading Norma, both using the same Nissan engines. The battle of two different chassis. Ligier drifts out a little wide there. Adrian Keeler slower onto the long Mistral straight, using a chicane in the Mistral this year. Here it is. Chicane Nord, and that will open up another overtaking opportunity perhaps. Let's have a look. Looking down the inside, Jean Gloria being very brave under brakes. Can he get it done here? Oh my goodness, he does! Adrian Keeler gave that away, just went in too deep. Big mistake by the Frenchman, and Jean Gloria has the lead. Look again, Gloria on the inside line, and he just held his nerve. Adrian Keeler went in too deep under braking onto the dirty part of the track, lost traction and the lead. Keeler now under pressure for 2nd place. The M Racing YMR car, Nathan Biel, he goes through. Oh, didn't waste much time there, did he? Straight through on the inside, up to 2nd place. At the beginning of this lap, the number 65 car was the race leader. It is now down to 3rd position. Battle for 5th, Alain Costa, the red and white N-Race Ligier Nissan, just ahead of Alex Capadia. Don't forget, Capadia was facing the wrong way in that first lap kerfuffle. Not sure if he had contact or whether he just took avoiding action. Now all over the back of the N-Race car, 2 Ligier Nissans. Looking to go the long way around the outside, and that gives him the inside at Virage Dupont, the very final corner. And onto the straight, he is up to 5th position. Great recovery drive. He's the more experienced pro driver in that car. Nico Pronk racing for Peter Cox's team. Oh, very slow off the corner. Jim Maguire, the United Autosports Ligier, is going to go by him for 13th place. And this will be a top 10 LMP3 battle. Ooh, looks like Jim Maguire didn't get quite the traction he needed. Nico Pronk fighting back on the inside, hangs on for the moment. Alex Capadia all over the back of Anthony Wells. Wells in 4th place in that Nielsen Racing Ligier. Capadia for RLR Motorsport. Adrian Keeler only just in front of them in the Graf Racing car. Oh, into Senior, brave move up the inside. Using and trusting the downforce is so critical. That was a real pro move. Cool Racing Ligier Nissan in the pits. Had damage, Iraj Alexander, on that right rear. You can see bits flapping around. They need to fix that. They were given the black and orange flag by the organisers. Alex Capadia now all over the back of Adrian Keeler in the Graf Racing Ligier. Ooh, further back, Jim Maguire getting his nose in front of Nico Pronk this time. Well, that move looks like it's been put to bed. Number 55 car right behind. Take a look again. This is trust in your downforce from pro driver Alex Capadia. He knew the grip would be there. At least he believed it would. Capadia ahead of Adrian Keeler now in 3rd place. He needs to escape. Battle raging behind still. Claudio Stanovic in the Spirit of Race Ligier Nissan. That's number 55. Don't forget that car spun on the first lap as well. Separate incident to the first crash. And he's all over the back of Nico Pronk. And I wonder what's up with Nico Pronk's Ligier Nissan. That Cox Racing car just seems like it's maybe not got all its gears, exiting the hairpin. Stanovic on the outside, that's the grippy line. Pronk on the inside, that could be the controlling line, but he's not sure the grip's there. And he might have been right as well. Stanovic had a bit of a lock-up on the outside, but he goes through 10th in LMP3.
Information to the pit lane, drive-through penalty on car number 8 for causing a collision when we resume the race after the safety car at P5.
The replay looked pretty damning for Stevie S in that orange Lamborghini, didn't it? Got himself into a hole, couldn't get out of it, tagged the leader Flick Haig. Now he serves his drive-through penalty, and a Lamborghini still leads, but now it is Emanuele Busnelli in the Ebby Motors car that won last time out. Alex Capadia has just set the fastest race lap, closing down Nathan Biel. This is for second place. Capadia lunging to the inside. Ross Warburton, the gentleman driver, takes over in the second part. Capadia making up great ground against predominantly gentleman drivers here, like silver-graded Nathan Biel in the M Racing YMR car. He's just taken second off. A great comeback from Alex Capadia, but he needs to try and give Ross Warburton, his gentleman co-driver, as much of a chance as he can. Hopefully get a lead, hopefully a big lead, before the mandatory mid-race pit stops. GT3 lead has changed. Back in front, the orange Lamborghini of Stevie S ahead of the Ebby Motors car. And here's where Chicane Nord, after his drive-through, so only taking him a couple of laps to get on the back of Emanuele Busnelli's Ebby Motors car. Through he goes under braking and into the lead of GT3. Alex Capadia challenging the race leader over the curbs into Chicane Nord. All over the back of the DKR engineering car. And Charlie is down in the DKR engineering garage with Alex Turiel.
A great opening stint from Jean Glorieux at that, and no damage to your championship lead if it keeps going on like this.
Yeah, as you were saying, great stint. We had a safety car face at the beginning. He lost the first position, but then he managed to overtake again and kept the lead, so really good. He's now getting chased by the second position car, but as we know now, the driver change is coming. The amateurs will change to the professional and the other way so around. So I think it's everything under control and looking forward to jump in the car soon.
10-minute pit window is open, and Claudio Stanovic is first in the Spirit of Race Ligier Nissan. So he hands over to teammate Michele Rugolo. In two is Flick Haig, and she's going to try and give Joe Osborne as much time in the car as possible. Recovering after getting tagged out of the lead by the Lamborghini early on. Battle for the lead. Jean Glorieux for DKR Engineering. Alex Capadia has not managed to get by him yet. Norma leads Ligier. Limol is in. Pro driver Phil Keane takes over their red Mercedes GT3. And in comes Alex Capadia from second place to hand over to teammate Ross Warburton. Warburton, another bronze graded gentleman driver. Loving his racing in this Michelin Le Mans Cup. And I'm sure he's been mighty impressed by Alex Capadia's recovery drive. Adrian Keeler is in at Graf Racing, and he hands over to Silver Emilian Cardet. So that car in from fourth place. Ticking over into the second hour of the race. Jean Glorieux, the race leader, in to hand over to Alex Turiel. These guys leading the race and the championship. Trouble in traffic. GT3 lead change. Fabio Babini in the Ebby Motors car, passing Cedric Mezar in the orange Lamborghini after the pit stops. And here is Phil Keane, pro driver in Limol's AMG Mercedes. This is for second, down the inside, makes no mistakes there at all. Straight by Cedric Mezar in the SVC Sport Management Lamborghini. This could be a really big race. Oh, in trouble, Matt Bell with a puncture.
Be advised, car 22 is losing pieces all over, rear left totally damaged.
And rear left being ripped apart by the tyre. Is this a puncture at the chicane? Oh, contact. He was hit from behind. And it's fellow pro Peter Cox who did the hitting. Maybe a little over ambitious.
3, 2, 1. Full course yellow. We are under full course yellow.
United Autosports number 22 car is in. Matt Bell's got it back with nothing much of that tyre left, but look at that, what a flail that has become, ripping the back end of the car apart. Have they really got enough car left to run? This is such a high-speed circuit down that long Mistral straight, and you want to be certain going into senior. Look how much Ligier debris there is spread around the top part of the circuit.
3, 2, 1. Green. Track is back to green.
Just over half an hour left, and Phil Keane already trying to push his way through the LMP3s. The race leader remains Alex Tyrrell in the DKR Engineering Norman Nissan. Their lead remains intact, but the race is shot for United Autosports.
Jim, a really frustrating incident in the race there. The guys working really hard to get that car back out.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate there was contact at that point. I don't think there really needed to be. It's just really tough because we were fighting back. I lost some positions with a crash in front of me in turn 1 and then spins between 5, 6. It was pretty tough, but we were fighting back and the car was good, but you see how fast these guys put the car back together. It's a super team. Great to see them.
Drive-through penalty assessed for Peter Cox in the Cox Racing Ligier Nissan. And they judged that he did make a bit of a rash lunge on Matt Bell. He was on the inside, coming from behind. Bell had nowhere else to go. This is the battle for 5th place now. Laurent Millara in the number 53 M Racing YMR car. And by him has gone Andrew Bentley in 23. That's United Autosports' other Ligier, and Michele Rugolo in the Spirit of Race Ligier as well. Anthony Bentley making his debut in the Le Mans Cup. Michele Rugolo all over the back of him, and Laurent Millara there dropping from 5th to 7th. Millara first into the final corner, runs out of room on the exit, doesn't get the power down, and they go either side of him. Battle on then for 5th, Michele Rugolo. Now chasing Andrew Bentley. So Bentley in the United Autosports, predominantly white LMP3 car this time. Michele Rugolo, Spirit of Race. Getting very close under braking, and now he's lunging to the inside. It's a rare move there, but if you're confident, and he got away with it. And this is Beausset, big looping spin for Gaetan Politou in the N-Race car, out of 4th place, the former Nissan Academy winner. Fabio Babini in the Ebi Motors Lamborghini Huracan, leading in GT3. Now he is being closed down by Phil Keane in Lee Moll's Mercedes. I don't think the Ebi Motors are that worried. The Red Bull Ring race winners being chased by the Monza race winners.
Leader on the last lap. Leader is on the last lap.
Alex Tyrrell and DKR Engineering, winners of race 2 at the Road to Le Mans, winners at the Red Bull Ring, add to that winners at Le Castellet, victory number 3 of the season. Jean Glorieux delighted, so are the team, and rightly so. GT3 victory will go to Fabio Babini, Ebi Motors. It's their 2nd consecutive win. They won last time out at the Red Bull Ring. And Phil Keane and Lee Moll's Mercedes, look how close they were. Time in the end was against them. Well, it wasn't a big margin of victory, but nevertheless, Emanuele Busnelli very happy. 3rd place in LMP3 going to Graf Racing, 2nd to Nielsen, but victorious again DKR Engineering. And in GT3 it was Lamborghini, Mercedes, Audi. And that's a happy winner.
Very happy to be on the highest step of the podium again. We made no mistakes, car was very good, team did a perfect job. Alex, as always, perfect, very happy, delighted.
Their lead at the top of LMP3 is now a full 25 points over Tony Wells and Colin Noble. Just as happy are GT3 winners.
Very important this race. It's not easy for us because the BOP not perfect, but our car is good stability in the first part of the race. I push too much, I have a good gap from the stint of Emanuele. I'm very happy because the work is good, but it's not easy to stay in front to Mercedes, but I'm very happy for the AB Motor and Lamborghini for this race. Thank you very much for my co-driver.
The Ebi Motors duo lead the championship standings by 16 points, but it's all very close at the top of GT3. 4 rounds completed, but all the championships are still up for grabs. Ebi Motors celebrate their moment in the sun, and DKR Engineering do likewise.
Well, that's it for round 4 of the Le Mans Cup. Le Castellet has undoubtedly provided the perfect backdrop for yet another thrilling race, which has seen both class championship leaders extending their lead. Make sure you join us for the next edition when the Michelin Le Mans Cup will be headed to Spa-Francorchamps.